Let's get to our call of the day now. Wells Fargo's banking analyst Mike Mayo is getting more bullish on JP Morgan, reiterating his overweight rating, raising the price target on the stock to a new street high of $185 a share. This comes as the financial sector hits another new record high today. Kevin, you own JP Morgan. What's next?
JP Morgan has the best. Yeah, well, first of all, he's a bit of a hammer in this space, particularly on the wirehouses as well. And I love the call because I own the stock, but it's the best balance sheet in the banking sector. I haven't been that big a bull on financials for the last couple of years because the return on assets has been, not abysmal, but there's many other sectors that have done much better with their capital. But now that we have a 1.6 handle on the 10-year, that's obviously helpful. That's obvious. But in terms of just success in the business of banking, you have to hand it to JP Morgan. So for me, instead of diversifying across maybe 3 names, I'll just take a 5% weighting in that one, knowing that it is the gold standard. And I've been rewarded for that. But I much prefer the other services company. Payments I really like. I like a lot of the fintech that's getting scale, even though the valuations are crazy. And, it kind of plays into the digital economy, whether you're into Bitcoin or not. You're starting to see all those trends. And you want to be exposed to some of those as well. But the stalwart pillar in a portfolio, if you're going to own financials, has got to be JP Morgan.
Yeah, Megan, you actually like the payment stocks, some of the fintech stocks?
Yeah, we do. So we do like banks very much. It's one of our highest conviction calls. But within IT services, payment processors are very much related, a lot of the same themes. You get some growth drivers and some really positive, strong earnings growth, but also a lot of exposure to the reopening and the fact that consumers do have a lot to spend. We do expect to see new business growth. So we do like the payment processors and also banks. And I would say banks, the higher yield curve is important. The steeper yield curve is also incredibly important. And if you want to be more geared to that, we do expect the yield curve to steepen further. Regional banks would be another way to do that as well.
All right, let's get to Rahel Solomon now with some other street calls you need to know about. Hey, Rahel.
Hi, Melissa. Yeah, let's start with Viacom CBS getting downgraded to underperform at BMO, although they are raising the price target from $60 to $70. So the stock has had an impressive run. It's up about 160% year to date. The note focusing largely on the competitive environment for the new Paramount Plus streaming rollout. You can see shares are up about 2.2%. Dollar General goes to overweight at Atlantic Equities. Target here goes to 243. Stock is negative for the year, and Atlantic thinks that pullback makes a nice entry point for a fundamentally high-quality, long-term growth name. Jefferies is upgrading MGM to buy. Target goes to $50 from $36. Partly on Las Vegas reopening faster than the rest of the country, Melissa, and also a bullish view on sports betting and BetMGM. Optimism over the reopening has that stock almost 600% higher from its pandemic lows. And Gap goes to a street high of $40 from $32 at Wells Fargo. Note points out that Old Navy and Athleta, they're both poised to gain market share. Analysts also like the cost cutting and the real estate right sizing, like the shifting to off-mall locations. We've heard other retailers say that. Stock, by the way, up 60% this year.